It's fine. Let me introduce myself. My name is Shiva, guys. Okay. I have total 11 years of experience in the IT and completely working with the AWS DevOps and the multi-cloud GCP and the Azure. I have done my master's in Germany, and I will be working with the European timings. And I will be working for the 8 to 9 months in the European timings, and the remaining 3 months I will be working in the Indian timings. Presently, I'm working with the European timings. uh, like I have worked with the multiple projects like financial projects. I'm presently working with the crypto industry, blockchain solutions. It's like we deal with the Binance and Bitcoins and etc. I work with them, enable the blockchain management, working with the securities and etc. I have previously worked with the different MNCs also, like IBM's, HCL, and the tech parks, etc. Okay. These are my just introduction. Okay. If anyone wants to introduce themselves, it will be great. If we will get to know each other about it. And in the meanwhile, I will also get to know that whether you are experienced or a student, anything.
Hi, my name is Ravi.
Uh-huh.
I'm working as a Java developer. I
Mm-hmm.
have around 10 years of experience. So,
Mm-hmm.
in my new project, they are planning to introduce AWS kind of thing. So, I would like to know the basics and how they are going to use in AWS in future. So, that's why I'm going to attend this meeting.
Okay.
Thank you.
That's great, Ravi. That's great because you have an experience. It will be like a not a what do you say very difficult part. Okay, you are not anything new. You have know what is the IT industry and everything. It's great.
Yeah.
Thanks for that. Sai, do you want to go? Sai, can you hear me? Okay, maybe I think so. His mic is not working or something. Okay, let me just directly jump into the part. Let me share my screen. So, okay.
Hey, hi Shiva. Sorry, my mic was off.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah. Yeah. Tell me. Hi, Sai.
yeah, yeah. This is Sai. I'm working as software engineer from Ireland. So I would
Mm-hmm.
like to know more about AWS DevOps. That's the reason I joined here.
Okay. What you're doing in the island? You're
I'm working as a software
student or
engineer.
working?
Yeah, I was
Okay.
working on site reliability engineer. So
Okay.
there was a most related to DevOps. So just want to know more about it. Yeah,
Nice. Nice. Nice to know. In which company you're working in the island?
in service now.
Okay. 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 I work in Hamburg, Germany.
Oh, nice.
Uh,
Good to hear that.
yeah. Okay.
From how long you have been there?
Since 2016.
Oh, you're a senior. That's great.
Is it? Okay. Then anyway, both of you are into the IT industry. It doesn't need to be like most of the time. Like I will be getting students who has done the masters or something like they are working for their bachelors or anything like from the UK and the Canada. Now presently, you both are pretty much into the IT industry from so long. Okay, then I just need to be giving you the brief about like why we need the AWS and etc. Why we need the cloud. What is the importance of that in the industry, etc. Because already you have a pretty much idea about it. Uh, then I will just jump into the part where you were expecting in this call, like what we are learning and what we will be expecting the real time and etc. Okay, I will just jump into that because it will be better for you understanding and rather than what do you say going around like a 1 year or 2 years experience person requirements. You are pretty both seniors. Okay, now
Yeah.
first one thing I will be saying is like whenever you want to jump into the, any kind of cloud, not about the AWS, if you want to jump into the Azure or GCP, anything, the first basic thing is like a Linux case. Okay, Linux is the pretty much basic one where without Linux, you cannot move into the cloud or any in the case of any cloud. Okay. Now, first of all, the Linux operating system needs to be there, and you have to be very pretty good at the Linux commands or anything. That is only the one prerequisite I ask for all the students who are is like some of the students doesn't even know about the Linux because they are mostly their whole career, their life has worked on the Windows. That's why there's a know it. If anyone has worked with the Mac, then they would have pretty much similar to the Linux. They used to have the command prompts and etc. Okay. Uh, like you both have experience in the Linux, right? So you know pretty much good because Ravi is like a Java and Sai in the sense SRE. You have an idea about the Linux, how the commands, because without that Linux commands, our day-to-day life will be pretty difficult. Am I right?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
perfect. Now, yeah, Linux is the basic one which will be there. Okay. Now, already you have a knowledge. That's why I will not jump into the Linux first because otherwise, most of these students will be like, what is a students and they doesn't know the Linux, etc. I will take at least 2 to 3 sessions, at least for 2 to 3 hours, Linux basics, and they need to be get familiar with the Linux commands. So first of all, what is the command prompt and what will be there and how to get the familiar with the Linux operating system, etc. That I will take 2 to 3 sessions where mostly, and then I will just jump into the cloud. Okay. Now, in your case, I will be just directly jumping into the cloud, where you need pretty much requirement. What is that, etc. Okay. Now I will be checking out the AWS guys. First of all, we will be checking in the AWS 10 plus services. Okay, around 10 to 15 services will be. And in the 10 to, whenever you are introducing yourself or introducing to any other in the interview or anywhere, you should not say the AWS tools. I have seen so many seniors members also used to introduce because when I'm taking the interviews, I used to be in the interview panel and like they used to give them introduction themselves and they used to say I used to work on different AWS tools. No, guys, never say AWS tools. AWS is not a tools or anything. AWS services will be there or cloud services. You should be using the word proper, not the AWS tools. Okay, it is the AWS services. Okay, and the DevOps tools. You should calling it as DevOps tools and the AWS services. Okay, now AWS services, and the DevOps tools. Okay. Now these are the things which you will be taking over. Okay. Now let's see what are kind of AWS services we will be expecting, and you will be understanding it. And I will not go in depth, but I will just give you a brief idea today and what kind of services or what is the usage of it. Okay. The first one is IAM, guys, Identity Access Management, where uh, okay, where you will be getting control of the AWS. Like this is not about the giving access to the your colleague or any other person, guys. It's about giving the permissions to the services also. For suppose, let's take a scenario. You are uploading your data, okay, from Gmail to the you are opening your Gmail and immediately you will go to your Google Drive. But when the Google for you it is both are same, okay. But according to the Google, both are different two services. Okay, two different services from the company. Okay, now when you are uploading the data, okay, when you are redirecting from the data to the Gmail to the Google Drive, okay, that permission needs to be there. Okay, whether this Gmail has the permission or whether this uh, interlink connection. Okay, here also the same way. Whenever let's take an example of application data and the databases. Okay, now as we already have the developer in the call, you can see that whenever the uh, application needs to be connecting to the database, okay, the interconnection needs to be there. The developer point of view is like just I will give you the string, either it may be PostgreSQL or MongoDB or any kind of thing. I will just give the username, password, and the string of the uh, cluster or the database, immediately it will get connected. That is the developer point of view. But what is the cloud engineer point of view? The cloud engineer point of view is like how the interconnectivity, okay, how the application server needs to be connecting to the database cluster. Okay, the interconnectivity needs to be there. That should be coming from the networking part. Okay, that is the responsibility of the cloud engineer, guys. Okay, the developer perspective is different and the cloud engineer perspective is different. Okay, we in this identity access management, you will be not only giving the access. The first thing in the sentence only you see identity access management. Identity in the sense you are giving the other colleague or any other person the access to it about the AWS. Okay, for suppose let's take an example. Me and Ravi are already working in the same project, and the Sai comes into the picture after middle of the project, like 6 months or something. Now I have to give the access to the Sai. Okay. Now, first of all, what are the permissions I have? Okay, to make to give the access to the Sai. First of all, I can create the user or not. What kind of permissions I have? If I can create the user, for suppose I can create the user, but I don't have the permissions to give it to him. Okay, like whether he can edit the data or debug the data, or just he can only see the data, what kind of permissions I can give. All these things are the responsibilities of the cloud engineer also, guys. Okay, and that is only the 50% of the IAM. And the next 50% of the IAM is about the, which I have given you example, is like how the application is connecting, how the server is connected to the database, how the each services we are talking about. More there are almost 200 or 400 services in the AWS. All the services, how the communication, intercommunication is happening between them. Okay, intercommunication is happening between them, how it is possible because of the IAM policies and the IAM roles. Okay, there are different topics in the IAM saying that what are the, okay, users will be the first one, that is a basic, and the next one will be policies. Okay, roles. Okay, now the trust relationships. Okay, trust relationship, and okay, cross account, you can use the word cross account management. Okay, now you already have an idea whenever any project or anything, when it comes to a small startup also. Let's take an example of a small startup company where they are using, they are developing something. uh, for a small startup company of 40 to 50 members also will be having at least 3 to 4 accounts, guys. 3 to 4 of AWS accounts, because they need different environments. They cannot be using only one account and using everything in that. Okay, the security issues will be there, environments issues will be there, etc. They can use it in different regions, etc. will be there. Okay, at least 3 to 4 accounts you will be managing as a cloud engineer if you are in that position. Okay, as a startup, I'm saying. When it comes to the MNCs, you will be having at least 30 to 40. Okay, the highest account I have seen is 86 accounts. Okay, one of the company that is a pharmacy company. Okay, which I have worked on, that is working with the 86 AWS accounts. Okay, it's a huge way to what do you say, control that 86 AWS accounts. Okay, now, so for suppose one account has some data, another account has some other data. Now this application needs to be pulling up that data. Okay, how the different accounts are communicating, cross account management. Okay, everything you will be having an idea about in this IAM list. Okay, most of the people in the IAM just they will be giving you an idea about how to create the users and how to give the permissions to the users. But that is not the IAM. That is only the 50% of IAM. The another 50% is the main particular part of the coin. The second side of the coin is this cross account management. What about the policies? How the inter-service communication will be happening. All these will be taking out in the IAM. Now, the second thing which directly I will be jumping into the VPC case. Okay, VPC is the biggest part. Okay, the base of the complete cloud goes. Okay, the base of the complete cloud. Okay, virtual private cloud. Okay. Now, this virtual private cloud is the complete base of the AWS. Just imagine the complete AWS is there. In that complete AWS, this VPC is the base structure. Okay. Now, if you don't understand the VPC, I used to tell to other students who are just students, okay, just passed out batches of masters and etc. If you don't listen or understand or VPC, okay, virtual private cloud, your complete cloud career is waste. Okay, because the complete VPC, okay, the complete cloud, whatever you're learning is based on the VPC itself, virtual private cloud. This session is very important, and what we will be discussing in this session and why it is so important in the sense, I will just give you an example which I take it in every session is like, for suppose we are three in this call. Okay. Now we three opened a bank account. Okay. For suppose, let's take an example of we opened a what do you say, any some bank account. Okay. Now I have opened a London bank account. Now we three are in the same region and we three are opened a bank account. And for suppose Sai went to the bank manager and say that, hey, I want to open a locker, okay, for my to just keep my valuable things and etc. Now the bank manager said that yes, I will be taking you to the locker and I will be opening it for you. And he went over there and he just opened a huge what do you say, what we call this one. Suddenly, I'm remembering only the German words. Uh, this the huge safe law. Uh, totally. What we call this one? Yeah. What we call this? I totally forgot the English word. Uh, safe. Safe is a small one. The huge locker, guys. I'm not getting this word. They call it some other word in English. Okay, this is the huge locker. The bank manager just uh, takes Sai into this huge locker and say that, sir, this is your locker. Just keep everything over here. Okay, he just said to Sai saying that this is the common locker for everyone user in our bank account. Okay, do you think that will be the safe? Okay, just this is the only one single safe. Okay, which is having my amount, Ravi's amount, and the Sai amount. Everyone. For suppose if Ravi wants to keep his diamonds or gold ornaments, he has to keep it over there, which is visible to Sai and me also. Okay, for that will not be a safe at all, guys. That is not at a security thing which the person who wants to open bank locker, okay, that is not a secure way. He will not be satisfied or etc. Okay, here also the same thing, guys. Just imagine AWS is keeping all your security data and my security data also in the same place. Okay, that is easy for the hacker, right? If the hacker wants to concentrate, for suppose if the hacker is concentrating on only Ravi's account, okay, now he cracked the Ravi's account. Okay, now when he opened that account, he can see my data also. That is a jackpot for him. Okay, because he is targeting only Ravi's account and my account data is also in the same place. Okay, it's like one open door to all of the data. Okay, that is not a proper way of storing the data, which will not trust by the users. Okay, if the cloud provider provides you the data like that, okay, security like that, you will not be satisfied, guys. Okay, you will not be doing the business with him. Okay, in the same way. Okay, in the same way, here also the same virtual private cloud. You will having your own private cloud where you will data will be the safe. Okay, and here you will be seeing our full architecture. Okay, full architecture of your cloud. Okay, and you will be seeing there what is the AWS regions, availability zones, what is meant by availability zones. Okay, what is meant by what do you say, subnets, etc., etc. All other are, if I keep on writing, there will be a long list. Okay, okay, all things you will be learning over here. Okay, this is how you will be checking in the virtual private cloud. And I'm pretty much of what do you say, architecture type of kind, guys. Everything for me it is like this only. Okay, this is the complete thing which I will try to get it from myself and try to learn from here and etc. Okay, uh, now okay, this is about the virtual private cloud you will be checking out. And the next one will be the security. Okay. There are seven things which are needed for to create a server. Okay. Just to create a server, okay, to create a server, you need seven things, guys. Okay. What are those seven things in the sense? First one will be the operating system. Okay, which you already have an idea about Linux operating system, etc. And the second one is instance, which we call it as, let's talk about not complicated names. Okay, server types. Okay, now the third one will be the VPC, which we have just now discussed, and the fourth one will be the subnets. Okay, part of the VPC, and fifth one will be the SSH. Sixth one will be the security group. Okay, and seventh one will be the volumes. Okay, to create a server, just to create your virtual machine, okay, in the cloud, you need these seven prerequisites. Okay, if you don't have an idea about these seven prerequisites, you cannot create a server. and if you create it also, you will, if I show it also, it will not be a proper way. Okay, that's why first you have to learn about these 7 things, then only we will go how to create a server. Okay, now in this most of the things will be covered in this VPC, and already you have an idea about Linux. Okay, then the next one which I will be jumping into here, it is security groups. Okay, security groups. Okay. Now, what you will be learning in the security groups, already you will be having most of the idea about these names. Okay. I will just give an example where it is like, for suppose, I used to be just a, what is enthusiasm. Like I have an elder brother. Okay. When I'm in the engineering second year or something. Okay. My elder brother used to work for the persistence. Okay, he used to work for the persistence, and he used to just do his work, and I used to just sit beside him. I doesn't know any coding or anything, and he used to just do his work. And I my what do you say enthusiasm, everything is like, I used to not see what he is working. I used to see just only this link, guys. Okay, whatever he is searching on the online, I used to just see the link. Okay, there is a pretty much lengthy link will be there, some persistence.com slash something, etc., etc. Okay, his company website link. Now, I used to just sit beside him, and I used to just enter that same URL, okay, in my mobile phone. And I used to try whether what will be opening on in my mobile phone. Okay. And I used to just open it, and I used to try to see what is there. And it used to not open for me, guys. Okay. I used to, if now, if you see, there are almost 400 characters in this. Okay. I used to enter all the 400 characters. Okay, I used to enter all the 400 characters for whatever is there in his link, and I used to open it my mobile, and it is not opening. Okay, then I asked him a question. Okay, hey brother, why it is opening for you and why it is not opening for me? Okay, we are on the same network, we are both working from home, and we are using the same Wi-Fi and etc. Then he said it will be opening only through my network. Okay, it will be opening through my network and my network, sorry, my physical machine, my laptop network only. It will not be opening in my mobile also, he said. Okay, then I didn't get an idea. Okay, still I was like confused on it, why it will be opening in his laptop and why it is not opening for me. Okay, I used to still have that doubt, okay, why it is opening for him and why it is not. Then when I started learning about the cloud, when I came to have an idea about it, then I got to know that, okay, it is because of the securities. Okay, some data, some applications will be working only with the particular network. Okay, this everything is behind the network. Okay, everything is behind the securities where we can enable it and we can disable it. Each company will have their own network, okay, where you will be using that network. With that network, only these data will be available. Without that network, your data will not be available. Those kind of things I got to know. Now, here also the same thing, the security groups. Okay, in the security groups, we will be learning how to communicate to the network, how to make the network, sorry, make your application available. Okay, those things you will be learning over there. Okay, that is about the security groups, guys. Now, the another one, which is the volume. Okay, just a second. Okay, another one will be the volume. Okay, volume is just a particular, not a bigger picture. Okay, in the cloud. Okay, but still we have to learn the volume. Why? Because there are so many different parts of the volume which is into the cloud, which is called as EBS, EFS, and what is meant by FSX. Okay, different kinds of volume and how we can attach to the virtual machine or a cloud machine. What are the different types? Of course, there are three different things, in the sense three different users or three different types will be types of usage will be there. Okay, why there are three types of usage and everything will be checking over the volume. Okay, now then the main picture comes into that after the learning of these 7. Okay, now the bigger picture will be coming to the EC2. Okay, which is none other than the server. Okay, the cloud machine name is EC2, and here you will be learning how to create the servers and how to be what you say connecting to the servers, etc., etc. These are all the little bit of basics for you. And now the next picture will be coming to the bigger pictures where it will be called as a load balancers. Okay, what is meant by load balancer and how you will be creating a load balancers and how you will be attaching the application to the load balancers and etc. By the word only, you will have an idea what is meant by load balancer, what it will do. But I will just give you an heads up what we are doing it in the real time practical is in the sense. For suppose, let's take an example of Big Billion Days. Oh, sorry, what you say nowadays? Now we have the Black Friday sale. Okay, now the Black Friday sale will be happening in the next month where you can say that, hey, before one day in the Black Friday sale, before one day of H&M or Zara, you will not have that much, what you say, people will be checking it out. Okay, on the exact, for suppose before one day of Black Friday, there will be only 100,000 people, okay, who are checking out the Zara and the H&M. Okay, now on the same Black Friday sale, there will be 1 million people. Okay, into 10 times, whatever the one day before, 24 hours before, it is showing some 100,000 people. Now, on the same day of Black Friday, there will be 1 lakh people. Okay, sorry, 1 million people. Now, but still, Zara and H&M are not giving you any, what you say, latencies, or they are not, their website is how many 100,000 people also using the same website, same, what you say, loading time and etc. And 1 million people also using the same thing. How the server is capable of giving the same results when the two different kinds of, what you say, workload is happening over there? Okay, how it is taking and giving you the same results. Okay, that kind of things you will be checking out in the load balancer, and the continuation of that topic will be considered as auto scaling. Okay, auto scaling, you will be able to see that, okay, hey, what happens on the same Black Friday sale, how the what is meant by auto scaling, what is meant by horizontal, what is meant by vertical auto scaling, everything you will be seeing over there. Okay, now, the another one which is nowadays, which is very getting very important. If already now I can see one of the developer is there, which is already have an idea. Uh, the most of the React JS or Angular JS front end people are using this, which is static web hosting. Okay, static web hosting is okay. Now the static web hosting is there, and that is in our what is a cloud, which is called as a cloud front. Okay, where you, without server. Okay, this is called as a serverless front end architecture. Serverless front end architecture. Okay, nowadays every React developers and Angular developers are mostly working on this, where we need a static web hosting without serverless, and it will be helpful for us. It will give you a nice view of the UI and UX, okay, etc. Everything they will be checking out. Now we will try to create one practical on this, okay, where on the cloud front we will just create one static web hosting. Most of the time I will be using a different website, but you can see Zara. Okay, now if I open Zara, okay, okay, now this image is there, right? This complete page is there, right? This complete page, we will recreate it. Okay, we'll recreate this complete page with the help of CloudFront. Okay, with the help of CloudFront, we will try to recreate complete this page on the name of Zara.com. In the place of Zara.com, I will give my own domain, saying that, hey, Shiva.com. If anybody enters Shiva.com, the Zara.com web page will be opening. Okay, this Zara.com web page and the Shiva.com web page both will be the same. Okay, we will see that kind of practical where you can deploy your static, okay, static content, okay, or web pages, everything in the CloudFront, and give you the better UI and UX. Okay, UI and UX view. We will be checking out there, and along with this CloudFront, there is one more small service which is called as S3. Okay, S3 is not a small service, but nowadays it is just a pretty much simple service where most of the uh, what do you say, this social media influencers also using it, guys. Okay, now if you see the Instagram influencers or YouTube, Snapchat, all these influencers are using this cloud service S3. Why this became very, very famous and very easily comfortable? The first thing why it became famous in the normal people, it is because of the it is very user friendly. Okay, you doesn't need to be pretty much, what do you say, worry about it, or very hard to learn about this S3 or anything. Okay, And why it is more popular in the sense money. Okay, it is cost effective, guys. Okay, now why I have taken example of influencers only in the sense I have one influencer friend where he will be at least per day he will be clicking 100 photos, and at least he will be doing 20 to 30 videos, but he will be posting in the Instagram and the Snapchat only one or two, guys. Okay, per day he will be clicking 100 in the sense he will posting only three photos or four photos, and in the 20 videos he will be posting only one video. What happens to that remaining 19 videos and the 95 photos? He will not be deleting, guys. He will not be deleting at all. Okay, he will be just, why? Because he pays to the photographer. Okay, he pays to the photographer half of his amount. Okay, whatever the amount he gets from the ads, okay, or anything, okay, sponsors, the half of the amount he will be paying in the to the photographer and the makeup artist, etc. Okay, now that person, okay, he will not be deleting at all. He's very costly and he clicks 100 pictures in the sense he has to pay some 10,000 or 20,000 rupees, okay, Indian currency. Now he's paying that much amount and he's getting so many pics, and he will not be deleting those guys, and he will be storing everything in the S3. Okay, he will be storing everything in the S3. Why? Because this terabyte of data, because they will be clicking with the DSLR pictures and etc. This terabyte of data will be storing in there, and you will be paying only less than $1, $2, or $5, guys. Okay. Now Google Cloud is also not giving you. If your Google Drive, if you open it, each email will have only 15 GB of free data, and if you want to buy more data, you have to pay more money. Okay, you cannot store the more than 15 GB in the Google Drive case. Okay. Now each picture only will be having some 500 MB or 600 MB. Some videos will be having 4 GB, guys. Okay. He cannot store everything in the drive. Okay. That's why he has to use the cloud, and he has to have the knowledge how he has to upload the data and get the data download and etc. Okay. Now that will be the basic part of the this static web hosting. I will tell you why this storage is basic part of the static web hosting, that you will be checking over there. And later on, we'll be checking the main important part, which is what you say, snapshots or images, AMIs. Okay, snapshots, AMIs. Okay, snapshots is none other than backups. Okay, AMI is a kind of a backup, but OS backup. So okay, snapshots. Okay, now whenever anything in the movies they say, they show you very wrong, guys. Okay, whenever any cyber attacks or ethical hackings or anything happens, okay, in this they will be having, like, they will be showing, hey, call the security person, also call the hacker to revert, get our data or anything. Actually, that is very wrong. In the real time, it will not happen like this, guys. If something cyber attack comes, the first thing they will call the person is cloud engineer only. Okay, why? Because he has the backup of everything. Okay, he has the backup of everything. If something goes wrong, okay, cyber attack is happening, okay, he should be able to retrieve. Okay, not, he will not stopping from the cyber attack. He's not a security person. He will not be able to do it, but he will make the application live, whatever he has the backup. Okay, he will make the application live again. Okay, where the security person will be keep on working to stop the attack and to stop the attack on the new one also. Okay, the responsibility of the cloud engineer is continuously taking the backups and whatever the important applications, how to take it and etc. Okay, most of the people will be learning only the half percentage of the backup kits, okay, snapshots. That is like taking the backups, okay, but the cloud engineer responsibility is not only taking the backups, he has to learn about the restoring also, guys. Okay, if you take the backup, just how stupidity will be there, you just listen. Whenever the manager asks you, hey Shiva, can you please restore the data, we are under cyber attack, and you say that, sir, I know how only how to take the backup, but I don't know how to restore it. It will be like so much stupidity to say that statement, guys. That's why most of the people will be learning only the backup, but they doesn't know how to restore it. Okay, why? Because they think it as like, okay, we don't need to be learning that. It's very rare situation you will be restoring the data or something. Only taking the backup is the main part. Restoring this like very once in a scenario, maybe once in 2 years or 3 years we'll be doing that. Okay, why I have to learn it? At that time, I will just Google it. No, guys, it's not like that. Restoring the data will be happening in the cloud for every couple of days in a month. Okay, it's like at least 2 to 3 times in a month, or 2 to 3 times in a once 2 months or something. You will be doing it frequently, very frequently. Okay, that's why you have to learn both backing up and restoring it also. Okay, now the AMIs case. The AMIs are very important, where you have to say that, where you have to say the AMIs, in the sense, Amazon Virtual Images, guys. Sorry, Amazon Machine Images. AMI is the name abbreviation. I'm just saying. Okay. Uh, what I can give you a brief idea about this, in the sense, um, where you can create. For suppose, let's take an example. Um, I can give you an example saying that, okay, there is a translate. Okay, now you can see there is a translate of Google. Yes, okay. Now in this translate, for suppose I need a server, okay, I need a server with this translate of package while creating the server itself. Okay. I can give you one more example saying that, for suppose if you are buying a new phone nowadays, the mobile phones, Android mobile phones, I'm talking about, not iOS. Okay. Now nowadays the Android mobile phones, they have the inbuilt features of this social media, guys. Okay. If you see, there are, whenever you just switch on a new mobile Android mobile phone, already the pre-installed Instagram or pre-installed Facebook or pre-installed WhatsApp. Okay, already they are pre-installed, guys. Okay, and you have to just open it and signing up. How the application is getting pre-installed in your new mobile phone, in the sense, whenever they are installing the operating system, or whenever they are installing this Android uh, operating system, then they will be pre-installation. They will be saying that, okay, these are the applications needs to be there pre-installed. Okay, and some of the applications you can delete it, and some of the applications you cannot delete it. Okay, if you see some of the Japanese mobiles, okay, there are few Japanese store, okay, Japanese app store will be there, where you cannot delete that application from their mobiles. Okay, that is there because of that from operating system itself. Okay, here also the AMIs, in the sense, you will be taking the backup. Now just imagine, you have to clone your complete mobile, including your pre-built applications, pre-installed applications. Then they will be using your AMIs case. Okay. Now that AMIs is very, very important when it comes to the MNCs. Okay. Startup companies, they will not be making the application very complicated. Their work is to deliver the product as soon as possible and get that, recognition. But MNCs will be using very particular. They need, everything needs to be in the proper way. Okay. That's why the AMI pre-installation and backing it up. Okay, everything will be using through the AMIs. Okay, that one you will be learning over there. Now the next one, another serverless architecture, which is called as Lambda. Okay, Lambda functions. Okay, Lambda is a service, and the function in there, it is Lambda functions. Okay, now this is nowadays everyone asking you in the interviews, or pretty much you have to keep it in the resumes, etc. Okay, what is that much priority of cloud engineering, of the cloud engineer who has to learn about the Lambda, in the sense? Just I will say, pretty much is like, you have to know how to create the Lambda. Okay, you have to know as a cloud engineer how to create the Lambda, and how to communicate that Lambda to other services. Simple. Okay, for suppose this Lambda is communicating with the EC2 or load balancer or S3. Okay, how to communicate? Okay, how to communicate the data? Okay, how to communicate the data between the services through the Lambda, and how to create the Lambda function. That's it. You doesn't need to write the function inside the Lambda. Okay, saying that there are multiple options over there. You can write it through the Python, or you can write it with the JavaScript. Okay, but you doesn't need to write the function, guys. Okay, if anyone asks you in the interview, have you written any Lambda function, then say no. Okay, they will ask you intentionally. I will also ask in my panel, guys. Okay, have you written the Lambda function? If the guy say yes, I will not believe him, because every cloud engineer is not a developer. Okay, If because Python developing and the JavaScript is like a not a pretty much easy to do it. Okay, because when I'm interviewing for the 3 years or 4 years person, if I say, have you written the Lambda function? If you say yes, then I will ask him, can you tell me what you have written? Okay, because I know Python. I will ask him what functionality you have written, why you are writing that one, etc. Because don't say that which you have not done. Okay, try to say which you know it and you are confident enough to answer the question in the interview. Don't say have written the Lambda function. In the sense, don't say yes, you have not written the Lambda function, you have created the Lambda function. Okay, and the developer will write the Lambda functions. Okay, developer will writing the data like Python developer or JavaScript developer, anyone, and you will be communicating that. Okay, you will be communicating between the Lambda function to other services. Either it may be server or it may be the load balancer, S3, any kind of service. That is your responsibility, not writing the Lambda function. Okay. I have seen so many people, whenever they ask you Lambda function, in the sense, yes, I have written. Don't say that. If you say that, that will be a, what do you say, pretty tight position for you in the interview. Okay. Now, after the Lambda function, we will be just jumping into the simple notification service, SQS and SNS. Okay, and we'll be these two are the notification service and the queue service, guys. About the alerts and etc. Okay, sorry, before this, I have to work about the CloudWatch. Okay, monitoring. Okay, this is the monitoring and the logging tool, guys. The AWS has the great tool, but costliest tool also. That's why more companies will not be using it. Okay, what you say, logging and monitoring. Just imagine, MNC is also not using CloudWatch, in the sense that much billing CloudWatch will be there. That much costliest service. If I ask you, if anyone asks me what is the costliest service in the AWS, in the sense, I will say CloudWatch, guys. Okay, I have used it personally for so many years. My company used to get billing alone for this CloudWatch only $10,000. Imagine how much costlier it is. Okay, that's why MNCs also will not be using. Okay, now, but still, you have to learn it. Okay, that is a pretty important one. Okay, then the connection of this CloudWatch will be the SQS and the SNS, simple notification service and simple queue service. Okay, and the next one we'll be learning about elastic cache, guys. Okay, you have to sorry, you have to learn about this elastic cache, where what is meant by elastic cache and why it is. Elastic cache is none other than Redis case. Okay, I think so. If there is a backend developer, he might have known it a lot of time. Okay, Redis is the very important one. Okay, we'll be checking out that Redis, and we'll be how to create it. Still, you are not using it. Okay, but still you have to know how to create it. Okay, if any developer asks you to create it, you have to able to create it. Now, the 16th one, you will be learning about the Route 53. Okay, we will stop with the Route 53 because that is will be the what I say, the last point of the cloud where you will be attaching it to the domain. Okay, DNS provider. Okay, DNS provider. We will be checking it out, and we will be checking out about the failover routing policy. Okay, failover routing policy. Okay, what is meant by failover? Luckily, I have this uh, pretty much here. Okay, this Amazon Route 53. You can say this is something with the different architecture, guys. But just showing it you how it will be connected to the servers and etc. Okay, now, okay. Now, these are all the services we'll be learning in this part of time. Okay. Now, for these all services, I will be taking at least 40 days, guys. Okay. 1 month, 1 month to 40 days, 30 to 40 days for this. Okay. And the next thing will be the DevOps tools, guys. Okay. Until here, you will be completely practicing about AWS only. Completely AWS, all the services, backups, everything will be doing the practical. And if you are expecting any PPT or anything, guys, I'm not a PPT person of guy. Okay, I'm totally will be the running notes and etc. Okay, if anything is happening like this, like I will be working in the running notes or I will be just showing you the scripts, etc. Everything will be, I will be writing the scripts. Okay, I'm not a person of, if you are expecting, then I'm not a right person. Okay, now most of the time I will have the architectures running notes, and that you will be getting every day whenever the session is completed. Okay, now let's jump into the DevOps, guys, where for every two services we'll be doing one project. Okay, 2 to 3 services will be combined together and we'll be doing one project. Okay, the first thing which I will be telling you is Git. I will not take much time in the Git. Why? Because anyway, you will have an idea about Git and you are using day-to-day thing. Okay, but still, I will just keep for one day max for that, because you will be checking it out, and then later on, I will be just directly jumping into the Jenkins. Okay. How many of you use the Jenkins? Like Ravi and Sai, you might have used the Jenkins, right?
Yeah, we are using Jenkins subject.
Okay, perfect. Have you used GitLab also? GitLab anytime or GitHub Actions anytime?
No.
Okay, no, no issues. Okay. Uh, we will see Jenkins, and after that, we will be seeing the Maven, and in the Maven, we'll be just directly jumping into the project, first project, which is Maven project base. Okay, pretty simple project. This Maven project is not about the Maven. Okay, this Maven project is about the Jenkins, where you will get familiar with the Jenkins. Okay, how to create the jobs, how to create the webhook, and how you will be attaching the GitHub and the Jenkins, etc. Okay, just to show you the familiarity with the Jenkins, we will taking out the first project. Okay, and the second project we'll be talking about the Docker. Okay, sorry. Fourth one will comes into the Docker, guys, the bigger picture in the DevOps. Okay. And I cannot be giving you the brief now itself about the Docker, because if I tell anything, you will not be able to understand. I'm not saying you will not be able to, but it will not be a right moment to tell you about it. But we will be having the Docker. Okay, we'll checking out the what is meant by Docker, what is Docker file, what is Docker Compose, how to write the Docker file, and etc. etc. And later we'll be just seeing the project number two with the I can use the Docker. Okay, Docker. In the meanwhile, what I can do is like I will be changing according to the students. Okay, GitHub Actions I can involve, because it will be beneficial for you if I include the GitHub Actions. Why? Because you both already have the idea about what is pipelines and etc. It will be helpful, because nowadays every most of the companies are migrating into the GitHub Actions. Yes, you might have already listened this word. Okay, GitHub Actions. You might have listened it, and nowadays it is everyone using in the industry. Okay, we will see about GitHub Actions. Then we will be preparing the project with the GitHub Actions. Okay, GitHub Actions plus Docker. Okay, that will be your Docker project two. And then we'll be jumping into the Kubernetes. Okay, Kubernetes, and we will be seeing the project three. Okay, this you will be jumping into the Jenkins plus Kubernetes. Okay, Jenkins plus Kubernetes, and then later on, we'll be checking out the Ansible, guys. Okay, Ansible, and in the Ansible, we'll do the project four. Okay, and if I have the time, then I will try to do with the GitLab. Otherwise, I will be jumping into the Jenkins or GitHub Actions. Okay, because we need to have that time frame also. It will not. We should not be making it as like uh, more than like 70 days or 80 days or something like that. Okay. Now, if we have the time, then we'll jumping into the GitLab or already existing GitHub Actions. We can take it off, and then we'll see one Ansible project. Okay. Then the final one and very, very important one nowadays, every cloud engineer expectations is like Terraform, IAC. Okay. Infrastructure as a code. Here you will be learning Terraform and CloudFormation, both. Okay, we will have one project with this. Okay, where you will be creating the services and etc. Okay, Okay, Terraform. Okay, and Cloud Formation, CF. Okay. Okay. Now later on, what else we have? We have is logging and monitoring. Already we have used the CloudWatch, but here this is not about the CloudWatch. This is about the ELK and Grafana. Okay. We will see a couple of days. At least we'll keep 2 days for the logging and monitoring, where we'll be discussing about the CloudWatch and ELK and Grafana. Because the DevOps engineer, when you say the I am a DevOps engineer, you should have the knowledge of how to do the debugging. Okay, you should have the knowledge of how to check the loggings, how to check the monitorings. Okay, suddenly if I say, if the developer comes to me and say, if the Ravi comes to me and say, hey Shiva, the application is keep on restarting, can you check it? Why? Okay, immediately I have to do the debugging. First of all, I have to check the logs. Okay, and I have to prove that to the developer. Okay, there is an issue in the application itself. That's why it is restarting. And can you please check the logs? Okay, the main day-to-day communication should be having with the developers. Okay, the another thing, if it is a my mistake, okay, if the DevOps engineers any server or anything, then it will be showing in the Grafana saying that, hey, the application is good, but the server is getting very high. Okay, the server utilization, CPU utilization or resources utilization is getting high. How to resolve it? Okay, that debugging should be there. Okay, that you will be learning in the logging and monitoring. Why? Because that is the place where you can debug it. Okay, this is these are the things you will be checking out in the DevOps case. Okay, now you can ask any questions if you have. Like I can answer you. I have one
So
message in the chat.
that
What about grid
CI/CD.
migration? Once again, Ramarao.
Hi Shiva,
Okay.
this is
Hey,
Ramarao.
hi. Yeah, hi, hi. I think so. You joined late. Sorry for that.
I'm done.
Yeah, Ramarao, tell me. What about git migration in the sense? Uh,
Yeah,
I didn't understand your question.
okay. So my question is nowadays some people are using GitLab, some people are using GitHub and different
Okay.
and their company requirements and all.
Yes.
In case if we want to migrate the data from GitLab to GitHub, the scenario I'm saying. So
Okay.
the,
First of all, one thing, sorry to interrupt. First of all, one thing you have to understand here it is the company managers are there, right? What do you say? This project managers and everything. They doesn't know. I'm not saying if anyone is a manager, please don't hate me. I'm not saying that they doesn't have an idea. Okay, I'm saying they have an idea, but they doesn't know what is in depth. Okay, see, there is nothing called as a migrate of the pipelines. Okay,
okay,
they don't use. You should not use a word called as a migrate in this thing. Okay, now automation script. Okay, now I will tell you one small example for your understanding because you have an idea, but just give you a brief. Now you are using a robo in your home. Okay, for suppose
okay,
you are using a robo in your home, saying that for suppose that robo is from the JMOS technology. Okay, the JMOS is the company where it will create a robots. Okay, you can just Google it. Now you are using the robo, and the user, according to the user manual, you are using that robo. Okay, you are making the automation saying that, hey robo, every day morning 7 o'clock, please wake me up. Okay, and you will give some in-depth data saying that at 7 o'clock, please wake me up. By the 7 o'clock, you should get me a coffee. And while you waking up first, just see me when I have slept it. Okay, if I slept at 5 o'clock, please don't wake me up. If I slept at regular time of 11 night, 11 p.m. at night, and then please wake me up. Something a brief
yeah,
automation you have given to the robot. Okay, according to the user manual. Now you got a new robo, okay, because this robo you didn't like it and you got a new robo. Okay, the automation according to the user manual you will be doing it, but the work you want to get from the robo is same. See, you want to wake me up, you want to wake up at 7 o'clock, the same automation. See, the same automation will be there. Just how you are giving the introduction to that robo, how you are giving, sorry, not introduction, how you are giving what do you say this
instructions.
what just like giving the information or giving you the command. Okay, how you are giving the command to the robo, that is the different. Okay, but your automation, your requirement is waking you up at 7 a.m. Waking you at 7 a.m. with the coffee is your automation. Okay, you are telling to that robo, but just the robo company is different. Just the how you are delivering, how you are giving the information to the robo is different. Okay, here also the same thing. Jenkins, GitHub Actions or GitLab, anything is all are same. All are robos only. Okay, how you are giving the command to the robo is different. That's it. Don't use the word migrate. Migrate is a very, very wrong word, which this project managers start using it. They thought two different tools. Okay, thought different. You are migrate. You are uh, uh, closing this tool and using a new tool. They use the word migrate. First of all, the word migrate is very, very bad in this kind of scenario. Okay.
Okay.
First of all, why I have included, you can see, because in this call, there are all experienced people on it. That's why I have included this syllabus. You can get the management, you can get the syllabus from the management. They will give you a different syllabus. Why? Because sometimes in the most of the calls, I will be having like master students who just passed out or bachelor students who just done their degrees, etc. Okay, that's why I will have a different syllabus for them. Okay, here I have included the Jenkins, GitHub Actions, and the GitLab. Is like, if I keep on showing you, I will not be showing you how to migrate this one to this one. I will be showing you the different structure, how you have to give the command to your robo. Okay, if your robo is Jenkins, I will tell you how you have to give the command. If your robo is GitHub Actions, I will tell you how do you have to give the command. Then you have to make sure that how you are training your robo. Okay, for suppose your code is like here, and how you have to uh, give the different kind of command in your new robo. That's it. Okay, the migration part, that is, there is no word of migration. First of all, you have to learn each and everything, and you have to just make this same automation works in this one. That's it. Okay, there is nothing called as a migrate over here. Okay, you will be learning three different tools. Okay, three different tools, and your way of giving the command should be the different. That's it. Okay, is
Oh,
it clear?
yeah. Okay, sure. Thank you.
Any other questions from anyone?
So this continuous integration and continuous deployment, I mean CI/CD, those comes into that
Yes.
DevOps tools is part
Yes,
of
this
any
is
of
only the continuation. This
okay,
Jenkins is the
Jenkins. Okay,
continuous integration tool. I didn't use the word CI/CD
okay,
over here, but this Jenkins is a continuous integration
Jenkins
tool,
is
and
okay.
GitHub Actions is the CI/CD tool, continuous integration and continuous delivery tool.
Yeah,
Okay, they
okay,
might combine so many things. Okay, they might combine with the GitHub Actions. Some people I have seen, weird company people, they are using GitLab for storing. Okay, storing in the sense continuous integration. They are using it. Sorry, they are using as a source code management, and
okay,
delivery will be the Jenkins. There are the weird, some companies are using weird combination also. Okay,
got
GitLab they will be using for the storing the code, and delivery for continuous integration, and the delivery they are using the Jenkins. That kind of things also we have seen. Okay, I have seen particularly. Okay, that's only, I am just involving different tools where you can see the difference, and you can only understand, okay, what happens this when I use this tool, what is the advantage of using this tool. Now most of the companies are shifting to the GitHub Actions. Rather than migrate, you can use the word shift. That will be the better, if I am not wrong. Okay, if you are shifting to the GitHub Actions. Okay, nowadays most companies are saying let's use GitHub Actions. In the interviewers also they're asking GitHub Actions. Why? Because it is like easy to understand. Okay, if you are explaining something in the GitHub Actions, what is a CEO or some person who doesn't have the technical knowledge, he's only the business person. Still, he can understand it. Why? Because it is a simple plain English. Okay,
correct.
with the simple
Yeah,
plain English, you will be able to deliver a technical point of view to your business person. Okay, that is the GitHub Actions. What is a main positive thing which all the companies are trying to do it. Okay, uh, when I show you the GitLab, okay, when I show you the GitLab code and the GitHub Actions code, you will be able to see yourself only. Okay, just Google it, GitHub Actions and the GitLab code. You will be able to see it. Okay, if the GitLab looks you like a Japanese thing, okay, but GitHub Action is simple, plain English. Okay, that's the difference in there. Okay, any other questions, guys? Okay, I will
I
take it
think
as a
that's it
no.
from my end. Yeah.
Thank you, guys. This is the thing we'll be taking the time of around. I'm not giving you the exact time. Why? Because see, guys, this is like we are all human beings. One day you will not be joining, or one day I might be not available or something. Okay, that's why we keep a deadline of 60 days. Okay, 60 to 65 or max 70 days. Okay, in this 70 days, we'll be dividing the topics. Like first, I will be continuously taking 30 to 35 days for the AWS, and the next 30 to 35 days will be the DevOps. Okay, the complete 60 days will be taking care that, and 60 to 70 days. If you are regular and we have a time, for suppose if I take for 1 hour, 20 minutes or something like that, then it will be like benefit for us where we will complete one project, one particular topic. Okay. For suppose if I started the topic of S3, okay, then I will complete the S3, then only I will close the session. Like I cannot close the session in the middle of it. Of course, if it is a VPC, see, the VPC is a very lengthy topic. I cannot be completing within the one session. Okay, then at the time I will stop it where I have to stop it. Okay, that's why little bit of time extension. Like if we take 1 hour in the sense, it might be 1 hour 10 minutes or some 1 hour 15 minutes. But it will not be like if I say 1 hour, it will not be like 2 hours. I will also not take that much time for you, or for me also. Okay, we'll be just prolonging. Just keep in your mind whenever you are attending the session, it will be around 1 hour to 1 hour 10 minutes. Okay, then attend the session. Then we will try to complete within the 60 to 70 days. Okay, 60 to 65 max. Okay, that's it. If you need any other information, please contact the management. They will take care of it. Okay, and you will get the notes. All the running notes will be there. Let me just show it to you. Okay. Okay, these are the like running notes, and every topic will have their running notes. And most of the time, architecture, diagrams, and etc. I will be just showing it to you. Okay. Most of the time will be architectures. This is the different, and uh, okay, like this, we will be getting architecture data. Okay, that's it. Please have a idea about it. Okay, then let's meet at next session. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.